All right, in the wild world of luxury real estate, a lawsuit just dropped that is making some serious waves. We're talking about a $500 million legal battle. It pits two star agents against a massive news outlet. And you know what? The outcome could actually shake up the rules for journalism itself. So let's break it down. Yeah, let's just start with the number at the center of this whole firestorm. $500 million. That's right, that's the price tag the Alexander brothers, these huge real estate moguls, have put on their reputation. A reputation they claim was absolutely destroyed by a powerful industry publication. And that really gets to the core question of this entire conflict, doesn't it? How much is a reputation actually worth? And when does tough investigative journalism cross the line and become character assassination? Well, this case is putting that very question on trial. Okay, so who are the key players in this high-stakes showdown? Let's meet the two sides going head-to-head. So on one side, you have the plaintiffs, Tal and Orrin Alexander, who are very well-known real estate agents, and their brother Alon is involved too. And on the other side, the defendant, the real deal. If you follow the industry, you definitely know them. They're one of the biggest news sources out there. Now, the brothers are suing for defamation, and to win a case like this, they have to prove a few things. First, that the publication made statements that were flat out false. Second, that they passed those statements off as fact. And third, that those statements directly hurt their reputation and their business. So what exactly are the brothers accusing the Real Deal of doing? Let's dig into the details of their official court complaint. This right here is the heart of their entire claim. The lawsuit alleges that the Real Deal didn't just report on allegations, but that they actively and recklessly pushed a false narrative of rape and sexual abuse against them. That is an incredibly serious charge to make against a news organization. But their argument goes even deeper than that. The complaint alleges the publication actually suppressed information that might have questioned their narrative. They also claim the Real Deal completely fabricated a story about being threatened by Orrin Alexander, and that this was all a calculated move to drive up subscriber numbers and keep advertisers happy. So this isn't just about claiming a mistake was made. The complaint uses very specific, very strong legal language, words like malicious and willful, to argue that the publication knew its reporting was false and, well, they went ahead and published it anyway. So how did things escalate to a $500 million lawsuit? I mean, this conflict didn't just appear out of thin air. Let's take a look at the timeline of how this all unfolded. It all kicked off in the summer of 2024, when allegations against the brothers first started coming out and the Real Deal started reporting on it. Things escalated in a huge way that December when the brothers were arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. The next March, the publication reported that alleged threat. By June, the brothers fired back, starting this defamation suit, and then finally in November, they filed the detailed complaint we've been going over. Now, to really understand this whole situation, you have to know that there are two separate legal battles happening at the same time. In one corner, the brothers are the plaintiffs, suing the Real Deal for hurting their reputation. But in the other corner, they're the defendants in a federal criminal case, facing those sex trafficking allegations. And while the two cases are technically separate, in the court of public opinion, they are completely tangled up together. And that brings us to today. While the defamation lawsuit is moving forward, the brothers are facing a whole host of other pretty serious challenges. So where are things at right now? Well, the brothers are currently in custody, and they're awaiting trial in that criminal case after being denied bail twice. On top of the federal case and their own lawsuit, they're also facing civil suits from their alleged victims. And professionally, they've been on a leave of absence from their brokerage since this all first went down. And this is what it all comes back to. The lawsuit claims that no matter what happens in the criminal case, the reporting by the Real Deal has already caused damage that can never be fixed. This is that irreparable harm that the $500 million is supposed to address. You know, this whole thing forces us to ask a really tough question, especially in our modern media world. In the race to get a story, where is the line between aggressive reporting and outright defamation? The verdict here won't just be about the money. It could end up helping to draw that line for everyone.